you know, and it's what they agreed to do. And the idea is, you know, before 7 years is up, you don't get to talk about a separation or anything. We work things out. But after 7 years, you cannot take stock of what has happened in the past 7 years and decide, do we need a break from this thing called marriage? Do we need it to totally end? Are these things reconcilable or are they irreconcilable? You know, people just divorce on irreconcilable differences. That's things that we can never see eye to eye on. So yeah, are these things reconcilable? If they are, let's get to it. Do we have to go through marriage counseling? If we should, let's do it. But if we can sort out all of this, we renew our vows, and then start the next 7 years afresh. All is forgotten and all is left. But the day they cannot, everybody will share Gary, and everybody will go. Exactly, and everybody will go. And so far, surprisingly, they are 30 years deep in marriage. 30 years, and it has worked for them. So people are saying maybe we should consider the idea that marriage should not be like an eternal journey. You know, I know a lot of people will raise like eyebrows and brows and legs and everything to that idea, but we're not there. And what would this do for the divorces that we have in the world?
To save a lot. To save a lot of, it will actually save a lot of people from being in marriage they don't want to be.
So wait, let's talk about the idea first that, you know, marriage is not an eternal life contract. It can be like a short or medium term. You know, two people can decide that. See, after every 5 years, we review this thing. Like you review a venture capitalist contract. You say, okay, am I making money from this business? Do I need to still float this business? Do I put money there? There are people who are paid to do this for billionaires, for millionaires, for businessmen. So maybe marriage can be like that. Can be like something you just say, after 5 years, we see who you are now. Does it work with who I am now? You know, most people do that for their friendships. Yeah, I do that for my friendships. After a period of time, I take into stock the people around me. Like, who I am now, does it work with who you are now? Why are we having differences? Can we walk through them? And if we cannot, well, we have the hard conversation about this is how it has to go down. So why can marriage be like that? I mean, marriage is just another relationship in it. In it.
You know, okay, like I was saying, times are really changing, and we leave certain traditions or certain things we used to do in the past. I'm like, okay, this is the 21st century exposure. You're learning new things and you're trying to, you know, revamp and restructure your life and all of that. And in this context of the whole marriage and review and contract, I think is one other aspect we really need to look into, because we have a lot of unhappy marriages right out there just because they're trying to avoid that divorce tag. And it used to be a huge deal back in the day, our parents, our grandparents, where you can't have a divorce. Like, it's hard because it's something they will tell you have to be there, whatever problem. So that's why you see a lot of time back then. Okay, of course there was no social media then to blow out this thing, but there was a lot of domestic violence. A lot of people suffered a lot of things way back. So now times are changing. People are beginning to learn this. People are beginning to hear people's story, and people are beginning to see how strong one woman or one man was to leave that toxic marriage. I'm beginning to say, okay, I can do the same. I can speak out, I can talk about it, and I can leave the marriage. I can actually leave just for my sanity and for my mental health, you know. So now coming to the idea of marriage and making it a contract thing and agreeing and like, okay, Omore, let's get married, but this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to look at it, you know, after a certain number of years. I'm like, did it work out for us? Was it good? Do you think we can continue? If you think we can't continue because the last 5 years and the last 10 years wasn't really it, then we agree. I mean, we just agree together without any quarrel, without any major issue, and just, okay, let's go our separate ways.
You know, I feel like this is important to point this out by this point. Now, because we're lightning into a contract doesn't mean that someone will bring a sheet of paper and write it in white. We're just saying like it's an agreement. Yeah. Like two people get married and say, listen, after 5 years, we'll do like a review of this thing. You know why? See, look at it on the bright side, all right? You know, open-mindedly. A lot of people lose their relationships, now marriage included, because of something that could have easily been talked about and agreed upon. They could have disagreed to agree. All right, but because there was no space to talk about it, one person did not want to communicate, the marriage fell apart or the relationship fell apart. It happens every day. All right, now, and there's also the case of people who have issues that they would like to sit and talk about, but because they are with people who wouldn't want to talk about it, and they're holding on so tightly to that relationship, they are now stomaching it and making excuses for people. It's why people tell you things like, oh, in a marriage is different. Marriage takes a life of its own. You have to adapt to people. You cannot expect a human being to change. You just have to find a way to work with what patch and I don't know. They do this profit and loss thing. This thing that you do with ledger, you take from here, you put from here. Oh, it's bad here, so I'll take this, and and use that to cover this. But sometimes you find out that it's the whole that comes together to make a very happy union. The complete woman, the complete man, the good and the bad. So I feel like all of this is why marriages fail, because there is no avenue to talk. So it's okay to say we would have issues. We will deal, we will fight, but at this point we will review.
A lot of people are even scared to talk about some issues before marriage. Sometimes they say, what if I talk about it and does not agree? I'm going to lose this man, I'm going to lose this woman, hence I'm not going to be marrying this person. I think people should talk. Communication, they say, is key. If only people would sit down and talk about issues that concerns them. There are several reasons why people get married. If we are both not getting married for the same reason, it will not work. If I'm getting married for love and you're marrying me for procreation, if at the end of the day we get married and kids are not coming at that time, we would have issues. Because I married you because I want to be seeing you every day, because I love you. I love what your presence brings to me. But you want me because you saw that I'm a fine girl. I can actually give you fine kids. And now the kids are not coming, you're no longer interested. You're out of the house because you feel like, there are no kids for me to play with. I don't like her that much to, stay in the house with her. You would always have issues. Talk about the things that you want before you marry. A lot of persons are actually crazy right now in their marriages. They can't come out of it. They are mad. Because they don't want people to say, she's a divorcee, he's a divorcee and all that. So they are there. You need to consider your sanity. For me, sanity is key.
Peace of mind.
My peace of mind comes first in any relationship. Sometimes I have issues with my siblings, and if I notice that their attitude and character is not bringing me peace of mind, I stay away for a very long time from them, because I know that if I am with them, I will not have my peace of mind. Now, these are my siblings right now. Not to now talk of one person I'm going to be with for as long as I want to be with. So talk about it, and let's try the first 4 years. If it's cool, if it's fine. Now we've gotten to the first 4 years. Let's try another 4 years.
No, seriously, this is a true story. This is a true story of a 30-year-old marriage that has had a 7-year lifespan of possible breakup. After 7 years, the first 7 years, they decided, listen, okay, so all of this, you're cheating, okay, you're stepping out of line, your temperament, can we fix it? And they decided, okay, they could fix it. Another 7 years went, that was 14. And after the 7 years, they sat down and like, okay, you've gotten better with this, but this is something you do. It was always constantly being reviewed. Now, you find out that if you want to do it as you go, like some of this telecoms line, pay as you go. If you want to constantly talk about issues sometimes as you go, it creates too much tension. And then you get one party or both parties saying, listen, I'm tired of fighting. Or I'm tired of quarreling. I'm tired of talking about these things every day and day and day and day. It creates a lot of tension. So most people will feel like, after a certain time, let's talk about all of these things.
Now, I'm going to quote someone. I think there was a time Pastor Adeboye was trending, saying that you can never bypass disagreements and quarrels in relationship. Now, when we are talking about reviewing our contracts in marriages, it doesn't mean when you have issues with your husband or your wife 50 times in 365 days, you will now say, I want to review the contract. Just like you mentioned, are you satisfied with the kind of person I am now that I was before? Do you want to continue with my kind of person? Especially when kids come into the marriage. Women especially tend to change. Body change, character and attitude, it will change. But you see this idea of contract marriage, it all boils down to the society. The society, you come to the thought of, what will people say when I'm divorced? Because trust me, a lot of people would even want to. There's been contract marriages. There have been people that genuinely, without even quarreling, and say, look, let's just separate. We are not clicking. We are not clicking again. We are not compatible anymore. And they separate jejely and still become good. Oh, please, can you help me with this? Oh, wherever you know this person needs help, you help this person. But it's this idea of the society, and especially the fact that the society sees separation from your spouse, the toll is going to be on women. Yeah. It's not going to look like, that's why most women find it difficult leaving their husbands when it comes to marriage, because the idea is going to be, will any man find me attractive to be with them again? Am I going to see a man who would want to marry a divorcee? Maybe with a child or maybe not with a child. But men can easily pick up and move on. So most times it boils down to what the society will think about you. And I think we women, we need to stand up and tell the society that it's not about you now. It's about us.
You don't have any business telling society anything.
No, we live in a world where
when I mean telling the society, it's conquering that
society so much that
that's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. It's high time we women rose up to say that, look, I don't care what the society say anymore. It's about my peace of mind, just like Esther said. It's about my peace of mind. I'm done in this relationship. My husband might finish beating me in the night, and the next morning a visitor is, you are enjoying. See the way you dey fresh now. Wow, our guy is taking care of you. But deep down inside of you, you know. But you don't want to come out and say, because you don't want to kill that good picture society they already have about your marriage being the perfect marriage. Now let me give you examples. Let me give you examples of some perfect marriage in quotes. Celebrities that you come and say, my role model, this, I want to be like this person, I want to be like. At the end of the day, you should look inside that marriage. It's not working. They are doing it for the society.
But then in the end, then people always feel like relationships are not supposed to be smooth sailings.
Does it mean you have to kill yourself?
There's like an idea that relationship is work. All right.
You have to do so much.
You know, like it's not supposed to be smooth sailing.
Why?
Just yesterday, I was having a conversation similar with a friend, and he kept telling, "Listen, it's not supposed to be easy."
If we're best friends, if we're best friends, we should practically share everything together. Yeah, housemates. Let me use the word housemates. Because you are my best friend, we stay together, and then my attitude all of a sudden changes. Orlando is not the Orlando you were really cool with before. Sister, would you still keep me in your house, or would you still want to stay with me? Be honest to yourself. Would you still want to stay with me?
If this is personal,
I'm
asking
you personally. Would you still want to
personally?
Yes. Would you still want to stay with me?
See, I know how to remove myself.
It is the same way you should learn how to remove yourself from a person who doesn't satisfy your peace of mind anymore. See, when someone comes out to tell you that relationship, it doesn't sail smoothly, like
it's not a smooth sailing.
It's not a smooth sailing. Same happens with every damn relationship. Boyfriend, girlfriend, girl, boy. Whatever relationship that doesn't give you peace of mind, I'm going to take Esther's cue, and it's what I've always been standing for. Whatever relationship that doesn't give you peace of mind, please, it's not do or die affair. Nothing is a do or die affair in this world. If you know, okay, I'm not saying you shouldn't put work into it. I'm not saying you shouldn't try. I'm not saying you shouldn't make compromise, yeah? If you've tried, you've sacrificed, you've tried to make this thing work, And deep down inside your heart, you're like, me only say, I can't come and kill myself. Sister, you go. You
all right. Let's cut to the news around the world. And when we come back, we'll pick up this conversation from whence we left. This is She Tribe on KU Radio. My name is Amoye. I have Orlando, Dazzle, and Stargirl. And we're talking about marriage reviewing, or marriage reviewment, if you like.
92.7 KUFM. KUFM. 92.7 KUFM News.
We are live from Benin City to the world.
This is 92.7 KUFM News around the world.
It is 1 p.m. Good afternoon and welcome to KUFM's News around the world. First, the headlines. Raphael Warnock projects to win Georgia Senate election for Democrats. ADF militia kills 21 civilians in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. England's third national lockdown legally comes into force. Details of these and more after this break. I am Omoye Ogbeide. Democratic candidate Raphael Warnock is projected to win the first of the two nail-biting Senate races in Georgia on sitting Republican Kelly Loeffler. With 98% of votes counted, United States TV networks and the Associated Press news agency called the race for Warnock. Control of the Senate in the first 2 years of Democratic President-elect Joe Biden's term will be determined by the outcome of the second runoff. The result is a blow to outgoing Republican President Donald Trump. The election is being rerun because none of the candidates in the November general elections achieved the 50% needed for victory under state rules. If confirmed, Warnock would become the first black senator for the state of Georgia, a slavery state in the U.S. Civil War, and only the 11th black senator in U.S. history. Claiming victory, Warnock paid tributes to his mother, Verlin, who, as a teenager, worked as a farm laborer. Although Biden's Democrats would need to take both seats to gain full control of Congress, the Republican Party of outgoing President Donald Trump only needs to win one in order to retain the Senate. And United States lawmakers are set to meet later today to confirm Joe Biden's victory in the presidential election amid protests from Trump supporters. A joint session of Congress will count and confirm Electoral College votes. Some Republicans have pledged to support President Donald Trump's effort to overturn the result by formally objecting to a session in a bid that is almost certain to fail. Hundreds of National Guard members are being mobilized. Supporters of Trump have begun gathering in Washington, D.C. to rally against the certification of his defeat, and counter-protests are expected. And now to some African reports. At least 21 civilians in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo have been massacred by the Allied Democratic Forces, a militia blamed for hundreds of killings in the past year. A source with the United Nations peacekeeping mission, giving a provisional toll, said 21 people had been savagely killed in the Rwenzori area, while Donetsk Kimbwana, administrator of the territory of Beni, said 22 persons and 10 of them women had died. The slaughter took place in the village of Mewanda, located about 9 kilometers of Rwenzori's main town, Mutwanga. The accounts of events and the toll were confirmed by a local NGO official who said his office had been wrecked by the assailants. The ADF has been blamed for the deaths of around 800 civilians over the past year in the provinces of North Kivu and Southern Ituri, which border Uganda. And crowds of migrants trying to enter South Africa from neighboring countries have been swelling at various border posts. The Kosi Bay post on the border of Mozambique and the Betchbridge post on the border of Zimbabwe are the worst affected. South Africa's Home Affairs Minister has been quoted by local media as saying a humanitarian crisis may be unfolding in Betbridge Post. The long queues at the border post are linked to a requirement for migrants to produce a negative COVID-19 test result obtained 72 hours before the date of travel. Zimbabwe on Tuesday entered into a second lockdown following a surge in coronavirus infections. Tough restrictions, including closing of border crossings, will be in place for 30 days. And the second wave of coronavirus hitting Africa is more aggressive than the first, according to the head of African Centers for Disease Control. He said the continent is now reporting about 30,000 new cases daily compared to 18,000 in mid-July. The health agency's tally shows that Africa has so far confirmed nearly 3 million coronavirus cases with 68,755 deaths. Countries like Rwanda, Namibia, Zimbabwe, and the Democratic Republic of Congo have imposed new restrictions to limit the virus spread. He said that face masks were the continent's best hope to prevent the spread of the virus and urged governments to subsidize them. And England's third national lockdown has legally come into force, with members of parliament set to vote retrospectively on it later. The measures, which include a stay-at-home order and the closure of schools to most pupils, was announced by the Prime Minister on Monday. All the United Kingdom is now under strict virus curbs, with Wales, Northern Ireland, and most of Scotland also in lockdown. On Tuesday, the number of new daily confirmed cases of COVID in the UK topped 60,000 for the first time. And it is thought 1 in 50 people in private households in England had the virus last week, rising to 1 in 30 in London. Figures from the Office of National Statistics also suggested more than 1 million people in England had COVID between 27th of December and 2nd of January. Prime Minister Boris Johnson has said he had no choice but to impose the new lockdown, with the number of patients in hospital 40% higher than in the first peak. And Hong Kong has arrested dozens of pro-democracy activists and politicians, accusing them of trying to overthrow the city's government. The group, arrested under a controversial new security law, were involved in an unofficial primary vote to select opposition candidates ahead of postponed 2020 elections. Hong Kong Security Secretary has said their actions were subversive. The arrest formed part of the largest crackdown since the law's introduction. Beijing imposed legislation on the semi-autonomous territory in June, saying it was necessary to curb months of sometimes violent pro-democracy protests. China's government defended the arrest. Foreign Ministry spokeswoman said they needed to stop external forces and individuals colluding to undermine China's stability and security. But the crackdown on Wednesday appeared to confirm the fears of many who warned about the reach of the law, with Amnesty International saying the arrests are the starkest demonstration yet of how the national security law has been weaponized to punish anyone who dares to challenge the establishment. Early in the morning, police began a sweeping crackdown of Hong Kong's opposition figures. And that's KUFM News around the world, but before we go, a quick recap of the headlines. Raphael Warnock projects to win Georgia Senate election for Democrats. ADF militia kills 21 civilians in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. And England's third national lockdown legally comes into force. Do remember that the continued unity of Nigeria is a collective responsibility. Be sure to play your part. Do not forget you can listen to us anywhere in the world by visiting our website at www.kufm.net or download our mobile app from the Google Play Store. We are also on YouTube at KUFM Nigeria, and you can also listen to us on radiogarden.com. KUFM's News Around the World was produced by Nusahai Uwadiai. I am Omoyo Ogbaidi saying thanks for listening. Good afternoon.
KUFM.
Entertainment breaking news. Tickets to start your year with laughter on the 10th of January 2021 at the Comedy Champions League. I Go Save Unusual. Featuring I Go Die, Gardont, Buchi, Acapella, OK Bakassi, Oshbebe, Maleke, Senator, MC Passion aka Titus, MC Casino, Kaloman aka Prosper, Edo Begin, Mr. Paul and 2 surprise musical acts. Live at the Civic Center Outdoor, Airport Road, Benin City. I Go Save Unusual tickets are out now. Regular 5,000 Naira, VIP 10,000 Naira. Tickets are available at igosave.ticketing.com, cocobar.com. Get your tickets offline at Kada Plaza and Cinema, Randeki Gold Hotel, Market Square, Wesley Hotels, 360 Lounge, Victoria Inn Hotel. And for table bookings, call 0906 909 55660. I Go Save Unusual, live at the Civic Center Outdoor, Benin City. Let's have a new year of laughter.
All the programs on KU 92.7 are now open for sponsorship and advert placements. For sponsorship and advert placements, call now for inquiries 070-380-50243 or 080-8877-3644 or visit KUFM Marketing Office located at the top floor of the Enterprise Foundation Building, number 62, Ihama Road, Benin City, Edo State. 92.7 KUFM is your business growth partner. In the ever-revolving world of news, one story becomes extinct the moment another major story breaks.
Market women don't know whether they be anything.
But with KUFM's Extra Voices, the story never dies. It just takes on a new life.
Market meho.
There's no water in the house. The toilet is not good.
We don't have any fashion in APC.
We bring you new angles and fresh perspectives to every story, no matter how old or remote.
There are a lot of educated people that are involved in politics nowadays.
We go a little beyond the surface to get you those extra details ignored in the rush for the news.
Now bridge, now we take the entire now.
Some don't die for inside.
We go beyond the lines to bring extra voices, not just for those making the stories.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
But for those affected by the stories.
I've lost 1 bag of rice. Documents.
So it's a real disaster.
With Extra Voices, we add new flavor to give fresh perspective and taste to an old story. Extra Voices airs every Wednesday and weekends on KUFM's major news bulletins.
92.7 FM.
Keep you bouncing through your midday. Bouncing through your midday.
Turn it up.
Bounce with me.
Afternoons on the one. It's just the one.
It's 5 o'clock in the morning. The conversation got boring. You said you'd go into bed soon, so I snuck off to your bedroom. And I thought I'd just wait there until I heard you come up the stairs. And I pretended I was sleeping, and I was hoping you.
It's 5 o'clock in the morning, and I want you, and you want me, don't you? I can see it, 'cause you've been waiting on me since I said that I was hitting the club. The sun be coming up on me, and I know you be getting so horny, 'cause you be sending me texts, like boy, just get your ass up in that car and come get all of this love. You ain't gotta remind me, she already said if I don't come on time, she might go crazy, and she'll be waiting on me naked with
92.7 KUFM.
92.7 FM.
Keep you bouncing through your midday. Bouncing through your midday.
Turn it up.
Bounce with me.
Afternoons on the one. It's just the one.
Shout your girl. Shit. Okay now. Okay. Alright. It's all good. I had to make back this. Okay. Alright. It all began like the other day you came. See how the things you had to release all the pain. The whole face smile got me all crying. Love you came back, my life was all trying. I can't just deny this. Look at how you doing. Oh God, your face make me whole by the new it. God knows how you made me smile, girl. God knows how you made me cry, make it loud, girl. So we so good.
By Paul Play right here on the radio. I love that song. Before that was Uruka by Sonny Neji, also played on the radio at 5 o'clock by T-Pain, played as well. Now all the songs are proper, for what we're talking about, Forever, Uruka, and all that, because we are talking about marriage reviewing. Now we're focusing on marriage, but this can apply to every kind of relationship if you ask me. But there's a focus on marriage because there's divorce, so we have to talk about it, and it's always making the news when, people, especially prominent people, are divorced. And even in our small circles, it's always making the news in our families, in our group of friends, when people are talking about getting divorced. There's divorce. Let's talk about marriage. Now, we're talking about reviewing. The idea that, it doesn't have to be in black and white. It doesn't have to be in a notary. It doesn't have to be signed by a notary. It can just be an agreement of two people saying, listen, we'll take stock of this thing maybe every 5 years, every 7 years, every 10 years. And we decide if we want to continue with this. And if we do, maybe we could do like this vow renewal ceremony, or we could just share Gary. You just give me my team, I give you your team, we go. Yeah, and all that. And it doesn't sit well with people when you talk about this. But the world is progressing towards that. And we have, in the past hour, talked about how it can save a lot of things. It can save a lot of that everyday stress of trying to talk about everything that you do wrong. When we can always just sit back and just say, listen, this is not working. We have been in it for like 2-3 years, maybe 4, 5, 10, 7, 8. And let's review this. Let's go back to the drawing board. Let's see who I am now. Let's see who you are now. Because people have a tendency to change of their own accord. But the problem with change is when you have people wanting to change for you, it almost becomes impossible. Yeah? But of their own accord, people can change. In the end, people determine if they want to change. People grow out to be who you met. For instance, I met someone 20 years ago, and they were this kind of they were this kind of people, goofy, maybe even nerdy. You know, they had a lifestyle that I liked. They liked the things at the time that I liked. Now, fast forward some 10 years ago, they have changed. Maybe they used to be very homely. They want to stay indoors. They just like to be those kind of people who like to care for people. Suddenly, they start to pay attention to themselves. For me, it appears as, this person is getting selfish. But for them, it's, I'm looking out for me. You know, I'm starting to look out for me. I'm done looking out for people. I want to start looking out for me. So, people change. And what if I stayed the same way, but you wanted me to advance? And I never did. And it's causing the friction that is constantly causing us to have bad blood. Because, you know, the funniest part is, because people refuse to go back and think about their relationships and their marriages, there's a lot of bad blood brewing between people. But yet they laugh in each other's faces. Sometimes they're even cozy at night. But there's a lot of bad blood between them. There are a lot of things that were not forgiven. There were a lot of things that were not forgotten. Why? Because those things were never really dealt with.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, I personally, I don't feel like it's a bad idea to sit down like every 5 years and say, listen, in the 5 years you stepped out of line. All right, in those 5 years, you cheated. I wasn't cool with it. I knew. Maybe at that time I didn't say anything, you know. But going forward, can we move past this? Can we disagree to agree? Can we forget? Can we literally try to forgive and forget? And if the answer at that point is, no, I can't move past this. Okay, so what's the next step? Do we give each other time? All right. Do you move into the other house? That's if you have the luxury of another house. Or do I have to find myself an apartment for 6 months so that we can rethink this? You know, I feel like all of these things are okay. In my opinion. I don't know. What do you guys think?
In my opinion, I feel like some of these things are okay. One, I want people to understand that love is not always enough. Okay? Tolerance has limits. There's a limit you tolerate. You get to that final limit. You can no longer tolerate these people. And in some cases, divorce is allowed. Okay? You know, how people come out to say, divorce is the answer. You can talk about this thing. We can talk about this thing, but we are not talking. I found that a lot of couples,
Even when you talk,
you don't say everything. Yes. I have friends who come to me and they're married. They open up and talk about everything, and I'm like, fine, perfect. This same thing you've told me.
Tell your husband.
Talk to him about it, and they're like, no, I can't. What if he gets mad? What if he says, okay, this is how you feel? Let's end it. So they are scared of the let's end it. I want to pull out. They still want to be here because they feel like it's too early. We're just 1 year in, 2 years in. What would people say to my parents when they see them in church?
That's just exactly
what people say to my parents when they see them in the mosque. What would people say to my parents when they see them at the place of market? So you are actually sacrificing your happiness just to please
someone else,
the other people. Yes, so people should talk. The same way you go to work and you have this colleague that you talk to. Those things you've actually told your colleagues. Talk to your husbands about it. Sometimes they don't know that they do these things that they do.
And it hurts you.
Some men, they don't know. They feel like, oh, this is what marriage look like. So I have the upper hand. Let me treat you this way. So they feel like they are doing this thing to you. You're not complaining to them because you've never come to them to talk about these things to them. So they feel like it's okay. Let me do some more because she's cool with it. So if you finally open up to them and be like, you shouted the other day, you broke your phone, and you drove out of the house. It wasn't cool with me. I cried all night. And let him be like, really? You cried all night? I'm sorry. I never knew you did. I actually made a promise I was never going to make you cry. And then 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. No, it works like that for people. 5 months, 6 months. He never tried it. He didn't do that.
This is Hollywood.
See,
that's the thing. No more. Yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes people don't know they do these things to hurt you. They feel like it's normal.
You can handle it.
Yeah, it's okay as well. it's okay. A man, a woman.
I'm going to differ with you in this angle where you say they do things and they don't know it hurts you.
They sometimes
let me tell
you why I said this. Let me tell you why I said this thing. We had this conversation one time. This woman said while they were dating, he was the type that would go home straight from work. And then they finally got married, and then something happened. She started noticing that he was staying out late. She never had issues with it. It went on for long. He would come back home, go straight to bed and not have dinner. And then for like months, and one day, she called him and said, I don't like this. And he was shocked that she never liked it because she never ever complained. So he said to her that, I was doing this because I felt like, oh, you like it. You're cool with me staying out late. You're cool with me coming back home and not having dinner. I felt like I was saving you the stress. But she kept on cooking and was coming back home late and not eating until they talked about it. And that was the day it started the change. He never stayed out late until they talked about it. So sometimes they do these things and they don't know that you're not cool with it. More reason people need to talk. When you're getting tired, talk.
I feel like we should draw a line here. It's not just about talking. Everyday people talk in a relationship.
What are you talking about, Tomo?
Like everyday people.
What are you talking about?
Like everyday people talk in their relationship.
What are you talking about?
People talk about, oh, you did this yesterday, I didn't like it. All right. People talk about, oh, you did this 2 weeks ago and I didn't like it. Okay. What we are talking about is a review. Now, take a business for instance. I invest in a business. All right. Consider my emotions as the money you put in the business, in a relationship in this case. I'm investing in it. We are both investing in this. We need to realize, and just like a business, after sometimes some people even do it after 3 years. They give a business an incubation period and they go back to see, is this something that we should keep floating or is this something that we should pack up? All right? So now think about my emotions, your emotions as investments in our relationship, in this case marriage, and then we are going back after 3 months to see, is this something that we should keep afloat or is this something that we should fold up? It's like the story of the gambler. You need to know when to fold. You need to know when to keep going. And sometimes counting your chips at the table doesn't work.
Okay, there's always this talk about oh, you're not married so you can't tell how it is. Oh, you're not this so you can't speak about it. Now, I always ask this question, why do we always have to feel relationship, courtship and marriage has to be a different thing altogether? Like why do certain things have to end? Just because we are moving we're living from
the
relationship
friendship has
to
ended,
marriage.
now we're getting into marriage
we used to hang out while we're dating. We go out together. Once in a while we eat out. Once in a while we'll go to shows together and all of that. And we're married and suddenly it's just the man hanging out. The woman has to stay at home for one reason or the other. Why do certain things have to stop?
I think that's the problem. So they give you the girlfriend treat.
Yeah.
And when you're married, they start giving you the wife.
It's a different life altogether. For me, there shouldn't be.
Wait. You need to understand who is the wife and who is the girlfriend.
It's still the same.
The title, but this person is still the same.
You are still the same person.
Be the same.
Exactly. So this thing should
only change.
But people would argue. People would argue, especially married people would argue that. It's not the same situations.
It shouldn't be different.
People would say, no, let me play the devil's advocate here. Let me play the devil's advocate here.
That comes in and works in is the fact that there is not little children that are raising.
No, take away
that's
children.
For me,
take away children. Before children.
People say that the
relationship.
Let me play the devil's advocate, okay? People say the situation changes. All right, you was my girlfriend. All right, let me do some bonus right here. You was my girlfriend. All right, we used to hang out because you were staying in your homes. You was doing your things. It wasn't concerning me. But now you're married to me. You are in my house. All right, people were not in our business as much when we were dating, but now people are in our business. All right, so people will tell you that the difference is not, and that's why the idea that marriage takes on a life of its own.
I have a friend who stayed with her husband for 3 freaking years. Like, this one is not you go to your father's house. She moved in with her man in Abuja before they got married. Her parents stay in Enugu. She said, I don't want to stay with my parents because I don't want the pressure of you get married. They finally force a man on you. She had a dream. She wanted to work on her baking career. So she moved to Abuja and started staying with her boyfriend for 3 years. And they are married. She said she still feels like she's his girlfriend. That nothing has changed. That's sometimes they even forget to wear their marriage ring and go out and ball. So why would you want to come and tell me, oh, I'm married to you?
I think
you have to.
The change happens with the individual. Some persons actually feel like, oh, you are the girlfriend, let me treat you like the girlfriend. You are now the wife, let me treat you like the wife.
See the relationship and everything. Let me tell you how it works. The men, like I said, divorce care is always from the woman. Now, during a relationship, when you are dating this girl, maybe you probably worshipped her, bought her flowers, send her lunch to the office, do all of those things to get this woman, and then finally you've gotten this woman. To him, in his head, I don't get her beside, I don't get her. She did my house. And maybe something in your head is telling you she cannot go because she'll be scared of what society will say about you as a woman divorcing. But as a man, no society will be scared to say that you're a divorcee. Even younger women will even rush at you to even settle down with you. You get? So I think it's from the women, the men rather, having this confidence that you have a woman at home that will not complain for all of those things you're doing.
We assuming that
the same treatment to other girls outside.
I feel like we are falling off topic.
Outside as girlfriends.
I feel like we're falling off topic because we're assuming that this review would always end with people separating. No, sometimes it can end with them becoming better. The question here is, what do people think? Why are we frowning? Why are we frowning at the thought of not really? But when you say contract marriage, it looks like you hand somebody a paper to sign and say, listen, after 4 years we're done. No, why are people frowning at the idea of reviewing their marriage as they go? A lot of people don't think that is something that should happen. Especially in this part of the world. People feel like marriage counseling is a waste of time. Mid-marriage. People do marriage counseling as a requirement to be married. People forget that sometimes mid-marriage, we might need to talk to a third party to try to figure us out. Because there's something about somebody being in your space. You adapt to the person adapts to you. Sometimes your mannerisms start to resemble each other, and sometimes people have even argued that you guys physically start to resemble each other.
I've seen people like that.
Yeah. So the thing is, you then are able to overlook some things that, whether you like it or not, are taking a toll on you. Take for instance a woman who knows her husband is a baller, and he likes the ball. There are some days that you don't mess with because those are his balling days. She in her mind, she's okay with it. For her, when she rationalizes it, it's fine. It's who he has always been. But when she thinks about it again, maybe when she's about to sleep, like around that 11:10, and she's like, I'm alone on this bed. It starts to take some psychological toll on her, some emotional toll on her. But because she has been able to rationalize it, she never talks about it. But she will be comfortable talking to a third person about it.
Because you're scared of what your husband will do.
No, because you were scared of tension. Forget your husband and how he will feel. You're scared of tension. Sometimes it's going good. I'm a disorganizer, personally. When things are going too good, I like to steer the ship a little.
Yeah.
It's not worry. It's not a worry behavior. I like to steer the ship a little.
I just find out that person's reaction.
I was talking to someone like, you look too cool for me. I can't wait for the day you. I just want to see. I want to see what.
I like to steer the ship
a little. And he said, but don't do it on purpose. I said it's not doing it on purpose. It's me just leaving me and allowing you.
But then there are some people who are afraid to steer that ship.
They are.
So it's not even about what the person would say. It's about the fact that we'll not create some tension. You say I don't agree. He doesn't agree. He says something and I say something. We might not even literally necessarily quarrel, but then there is a strain in what was just that flowing Titanic. It has just tipped the iceberg a little. Just little. Exactly. Some people are okay to create that tip. Yeah. Some people don't want that tension at all. And so they stomach it. Now, for those people, I feel like year-on-year review or a couple of years review or a couple of, that time where after a period, you just come out and you say everything. All your cards are on the table. Is what would work best for those kind of people. Like I have a friend, she does this every 6 months. There's a Saturday where she sits with her husband. Now, this is true story. Sometimes I've witnessed it. I had to remove myself from it because a lot of the things that they were saying really not concern me. So I removed myself from the conversation. And you all can have the full day. I know I'm in this city alone, but I will find my way around. There are places I can go to. So you guys can have the full day and talk about these things. So they sit down and they talk about it. She's able to say, listen, in the past 6 months, you did this. I did say I didn't like this, but you still did this. So I feel like for those people who do not want tension, instant tension,
well,
it is okay to go back and review.
It boils down to friendship. If you were my really good friend and we can literally talk about anything and caution anybody who goes astray or messes up, I think reviewing our marriage will not be difficult for us to review. Because
if we were friends, it is normal for them. They do it. Ask people, they do these things.
They do it, but do they do it wholeheartedly? Just like
they do. A lot of persons actually do, and they're living their life. Sometimes you look at these crazy people and they're living like they are living happy, living fine, living okay. You don't know the things that they do. You feel like, oh, it's the money that's in the relation. No, they review these things. They open up. They talk about it. So people should do more of that. Open up, review these things.
Okay. So guys, the phone lines are open now. 07062 639 09039 394427 and 0812-178-9154. Where do you stand on marriage review? How do you say it? We're not talking about everyday talking. Every day, listen, don't put that thing there. Mm-hmm. Every day, come, learn to turn the cup upside down. We're not talking about every day, drop the toilet seat. No, we're talking about taking time out after maybe a couple of years, months even, and deciding if, the past year has been blissful, has been something that you can manage going forward. Just deciding on who the other person has become and how it works out. Personally, I've had to take a very strong decision at some point, some years back, many years back, over 10 years. Now, I sat down with someone who was at that time one of the closest persons to me. And I told her, listen, I don't think who you are now works with who I am now. Mm-hmm. We were friends from, I could even say before we were born, because our parents are friends, but I don't think who you are now works with who I am. And I don't think this is working. It was a friendship. And I think that day was the last day of it. But it made us better people. Mm-hmm. I would like to say, because I know it made me better people. So I don't know. But anyways, what do you think about marriage reviewing? 07062 639 275 09039 394427 and 0812-178-9154. For me, I think that marriage reviewing is, instead of taking the 360, you take the 180. And this is Asha with 360. We'll take the phone calls when we come back.
We don't have to go to 360 degrees. Now it's time we go the 180. You don't have to climb the highest mountains, for all you're looking for is within you. Open the eyes of your mind, your ears and mouth as I sing my song. Open the eyes of your mind, your ears and mouth as you hear my words. Oh, ba-da-da-ba-ba-da-dee, ba-da-da-ba-ba-da-dee. I'll be waiting, I'll be home. yesterday. Many today to waste away, but nevertheless it's never late. Oh, see the times have changed. I thought you knew that these world would never ever wait for you. The water's gone past times of fighting. So drop your guns and your swords and let us live all as one. We all need love and understanding. So drop your guns and your swords and let us live all as one. Oh. Ba-da-da-ba-ba-da-dee. Ba-da-da-ba-ba-da-dee. I'll be waiting. Oh, I'll be. Oh, oh, every nation across the ocean is more than just a goddess. We all need one another. Oh, oh. Ba-da-da-ba-ba-da-dee. Ba-da-da-ba-ba-da-dee. I'll be waiting for you. For you, you, and you. I'll be waiting for you. Every people.
All right, 360 by Asha is playing right here on the radio. So yeah, that's what I feel like. You just have to do the 180 and see if you're going to come back to zero or if you're just going to make another turn and get to 360. It's just that simple. I don't think like life is that hard. 07062 639 09039 394427 and 0812 178 9154. A lot of people actually feel like, you know, your marriage has to be sorted out as it goes. Yeah, true and false. I don't feel like everyday tension works. In my personal opinion, I don't feel like everyday tension works. I feel like sometimes let's just take it out. You know, take it apart. You know, it's like a gun. Let's just take it apart and try to couple it again. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name and where are you coming from?
This is Barrister Eggert calling from Benin.
All right, Barrister, go ahead.
Yeah, I've been listening to your program and it has been very educative and interesting as well. I want to say straight away that there is no particular straightforward method that anybody anywhere in the world can claim to use to make his marriage or her marriage successful.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello, yes, we can hear you.
Yes, because every marriage has its own idiosyncrasies. That is because every human being is made up of different circumstances in the world. Even a twin are not the same.
All right.
They behave differently, even if they live together.
Okay.
Not to talk of two people coming from two different backgrounds. So when you are talking of a successful marriage is basically where the two people have the ability to be able to overcome all the challenges, or most of the challenges rather, that come their way during the period of marriage.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you so much for that.
That is where you can say this is a successful marriage. The ability to be able to overcome most of their challenges during the period of that marriage.
All right. Thank you so much for that contribution. We can take so many, we can allow people go on and go on, but I think we have to limit the time that an individual gets. 07062 639 09039 394427 and 0812 178 9154. So, you know, I like this thing when people say, you do not have like a particular rule book, all right? So things like marriage, child raising, and all of that, you know. But why do you then frown at how people choose to make theirs work.
That's the thing.
You hear people say, "Oh, I cannot sit down and review my marriage." Why would I? No. Is it supposed to be? Maybe it works for people like this. So what is the issue with this? Why do people not feel like, see, okay, as long as there is no manual that comes with life, like people say, why can't I decide as an individual to say, listen, even if I want to sign the dotted line, so I just want to sign it for 5 years, or maybe 7 years, or 10 years. So yeah, we agree that there's no manual to life.
No manual.
So why do people then frown at how people choose to do what they choose to do? Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
I guess I'll call you again.
Sir, please. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. What I'm trying to say is that issue of contract marriage or people deciding to say let it be contract. Why must you decide for it to be a contract? The institution of marriage from the inception of life by God, Adam and Eve. Is there anywhere we have read or we have heard or known that Adam and Eve were divorced, or Adam and Eve lived and was on contract marriage and they had to leave themselves at a point in life? If God had designed marriage not to be contract, why must we make it a contract by our own self? And that is the question we should ask ourselves. If you know you cannot make it, then don't go into it. If you know you can't afford it, then don't try it.
Wow.
And that is the point. Oh yes. Because if you know, as far, like where I come from, we do believe that marriage is for life.
All right, you have 30 seconds.
Hello?
I said you have 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. That marriage is for life. And therefore, when you are going into that marriage, that is why when you go to the church to tie the knot, you say for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, say that was part. He didn't say for better, for worse, and for richer, for better, to stay, and for poor to go. He didn't say so.
All right. Okay, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question before you go? What happens in a marriage where you're being violated, domestic violence?
You're being abused.
You're being abused. What happens? Will you stay in that marriage till you die? Will you advise any woman or any man to stay in that marriage till you die?
There are so many things that are involved in marriage. It is not just the violence.
All right, thank you so much for that contribution. Listen, 07062639275, 09039394427, and 08121789154. Now, these are the structures that I think that a lot of people need to break down.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, you know, I know someone who, when they were writing her marriage vows, there were a lot of things she took out.
See,
you know, she had a problem with the church, and she's like, listen, if I would not say my vows this way, then maybe I don't want the church body.
My friend's mom actually told her that I would not make you take the same vows I took with your father years ago. So write your vows.
She took the vows, and you know one of the things she removed was to honor and obey. She took that out.
You taking it out does not mean you're not going to respect your husband.
She took death to us part. She took it out.
It doesn't at all.
You know, she you know, like, I feel like these are the institutions that somehow need to be dismantled for people to have healthier, happier relationships. 07062639275, 09039394427. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh boy, yeah, baby.
Hello. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, Brighter calling.
All right, Brighter. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know, you can get married to someone, maybe tomorrow that person is getting 10. Then you can't kill yourself. If it is not good for you, quit it. That's it.
That's your submission. Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right. Listen, it's not just about just waking up and quitting. This is the thing. Like, some people feel like, you know, I didn't see it coming. Some people say, oh, in the case of separation, I didn't know the state that our union was. How would you know when you don't sit down to review some things? Just saying. Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Mr. T, calling from Benin.
All right, quickly.
Yeah, I want to advise, please, when people are talking about marriage, it is good you invite those that are married, because you guys are not.
All right, see, listen, I will have you know that you don't know if there's anybody here who is married. Okay, so you might want to take that. Come put it in your pocket. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Daniel. I'm calling from Pastor Road.
All right, Daniel, go ahead.
I'm sorry to say this. It's like if people have your opinion, you are trying to push that opinion. What you are a public servant and you are broadcasting a message that you want people to contribute.
Go ahead.
I think
I'm not stopping you from contributing, am I?
Yeah, I'm contributing. This is my contribution.
Go ahead.
Okay. Be a little bit patient to listen to people. And like somebody said, let those who have experience in marriage talk about marriage. Thank you.
Oh, really?
All right, thank you.
Okay, so your submission is experience is the best teacher, only your experience, okay? Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from?
It's me, Peter. I'm calling from Bowo.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I've been listening to the conversation since around the week.
Okay.
I want to plead that young boys like me, and also those young girls that are coming up now, I want to say that they should not listen to this program. Guys, I'm not saying they should not listen to the whole program. They do very particular conversation. Because there is no way that God has instituted any contract marriage. Marriage is marriage. There's something like contract marriage for one to sit down to review how it has gone for the past 7 years or for the past 5 years. No. It's not. We are just looking at looking at the side of entertainment because of what can give. So that is the area we are looking at. But let's look at it the way God created marriage. It didn't create it for contract. So we can't bend it now. So that's my submission.
Okay.
Thank you.
You know my
No. Let me just say this for the last caller. I think maybe you missed don't dwell on the word contract per se, like signing paper and agreeing that. No, the idea of what we're talking about is not because we're looking for how the marriage will break. We're talking of ways to make it work.
No, you understand? That's not even it. When people say God instituted marriage.
Yeah.
Of course, a professor, when I was in school, a professor would tell me, a professor told us in the University of Benin that where was the place? Where was the institution of marriage? Really? If we are going to be literate, where was the institution of marriage?
When the institution is a man
Adam and Eve.
Wait first, let me quote it. I think there's always this part where they usually use. They say a woman shall leave her family and cling to a man.
So if I follow man for months, I never cling to the man.
I say this all the time. Like, there are things that, just like the first caller said, there's no particular.
There's no manual.
There's no manual.
So why do you then frown at how people choose to
live their life? So do what if you understand what works for you, do it.
That's what we are saying. We're not
signing a contract to work, do it.
Listen here. I'm not going to be apologetic.
Right?
I would not take the apologetic stand. What I am going to say here is. What I'm going to say here is.
We're still saying how we started the conversation, and we're not changing anything because anybody called to say anything. It is.
See, I am not going to be apologetic. God forbid that day.
Someone said we're trying to force our views on people.
Nobody's view. See, it's the reason why we have a discussion here, and we are telling you, what do you think about it? Do you think it works for you?
That was the first thing she said. So I don't know what someone
saying. What do you think about it?
Yeah.
It's not. I'm not telling you should go and review them. I don't care what you do in your marriage. Literally don't care. It doesn't affect me. All right. But the thing is, people are doing it. And people are frowning against it. So if there is no rule book to it, why are you frowning at how people are doing it?
Yes.
Why are you frowning at people saying, listen, let's go out, let's see a lawyer, or let's see somebody and decide after all of this time? And there is no rule book. Definitely, you are the one with the problem that you're accusing somebody of having. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm coming from here.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. And I'm actually going to contribute on what Omoye just said now. It's not like you as a...
Hello? Go ahead.
Kid. Because a lot of people are actually listening to you. I don't know if you understand. A lot of people are actually listening to you. A lot of people are into marriage. They are staying put. Not like they really want to stay put for the sake of the children. For a lot of things. You have to consider a lot of things. And there's nothing like you. Maybe you go into marriage, you now see how it is, and you now come out again. You just pray for the best. You pray for the best. Pray for a good life partner. That's what that's my belief. You pray for a good life partner because it's when you actually got into it before you now really know that person. I say the person might probably be pretending. You can do everything and make everything look real, but not until you are already in. You start saying a lot of things. You understand? You need not back at.
Thank you.
Okay, so for a lot of people who had comprehension problem about this topic, it wasn't about forcing anybody to do anything. It was about what do you think about reviewing your relationship after a couple of years in it.
The people that come, what I was actually expecting them to do was tell us you're married, you're happy. What have you been doing? How do you handle this so that the people who
listen, guys,
are not married,
time is fast spent.
It's crazy how they changed the whole topic.
I'm talking about marriage.
Time is English is hard.
I want to be married though. I want to be happy. Like my parents lived. I want to be happy like that.
We don't let
years of years. By the end of the day, yes,
our parents, we lived with our parents whilst they were married.
Babes, let's just leave it as English is quite hard. Anyways, guys, I gotta go. I'll be back. I'll be back to take your request. My name is Omoye. Keep it here. It's KU 92.7 FM.
From Benin City to the world.
This is 92.7 KUFM News Update.
Good afternoon. This is KUFM News Update at 2. I am Omoye Ogbaide. The police in Akwa Ibom State has commenced an investigation into the case of alleged sexual molestation and maltreatment of a GSS1 student of the Deeper Life High School, Idoro, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. According to a statement signed on Tuesday by the police public relations officer in the state, Odiko Magdan, the investigation follows a petition received from Deborah Achibong, mother of the victim. He added that the Commissioner of Police has ordered an investigation into the matter and that the investigation has commenced immediately. The Ekiti State government has organized labor has finally reached an agreement on the percentage increase and consequential adjustment in workers' salaries as a result of the new 30,000 naira minimum wage. The deal was struck on Tuesday in Ado-Ekiti following the ability of the organized labor and government representatives to reach a workable compromise on the matter. In a communique issued at the end of the meeting held on Tuesday and made available to newsmen on Wednesday, it was agreed that the salaries of officers in the civil service be adjusted. And the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board has opened its portal for institutions to upload names of shortlisted applicants for the 2021-2020 admission session. The board also said admission processes must go through the Central Admission Processing System CAPS for approval. It noted that only qualified candidates as recommended by the institutions for admission will be approved by the board. Registrar of JAM Professor Isha Koyolade said this in an interview with reporters in Abuja. And the federal government has opened talks with the People's Republic of China to have access to COVID-19 vaccines for the citizens. This is as both countries signed a memorandum of understanding on establishment of intergovernmental committee to coordinate aspects of cooperation between both countries. The MOU was signed by Oyema and the Chinese State Councillor and Minister of Foreign Affairs, Minister Wang Yi, in Abuja on Tuesday. The Chinese Foreign Minister is on a 2-day working visit to Abuja. Briefing reporters after their bilateral meeting, Oyema said at this point, when countries were discovering vaccines and China being one of them, Nigeria was engaging the country in the area of access to the vaccine. And finally, President Muhammadu Buhari has joined the Nigerian Labour Congress and workers in the country in celebrating pioneer President of the Congress, Hassan Adebayo Sumonu, on his 80th birthday. The president, in a statement issued by Special Advisor Media and Publicity Femi Adesina, also rejoiced with the former NLC president and his twin brother Hussaini Oyekami Sumonu on the milestone, saluting their courage for dedicating most of their working life to public service, starting out early in the 60s as staff of the ministry and then works and surveys. And that's KUFM News Update on the hour. I am Omoyo Ogbeide. Good afternoon.
KUFM. All the programs on KU 92.7 are now open for sponsorship and advert placements. For sponsorship and advert placements, call now for inquiries 070-380-50243 or 080-8877-3644 or visit KUFM Marketing Office located at the top floor of the Enterprise Foundation Building, number 62, Ihama Road, Benin City, Edo State. 92.7 KUFM is your business growth partner.
92.7 FM. Keeping you bouncing through your midday. Bouncing through your midday.
Turn it up.
Bounce with me.
Afternoons on the one. It's just the one.
Oh, baby. Turn it. That's right. That's what I do. Come on. No, I ain't never let you down. Get up, I get. Get up, I get. Get up, I get. Yeah, yeah. Yo, first I snatched the streets, then I snatched the charts. First I had their ear, now I have their heart. Rappers came and went, I've been here from the start. I seen them put it together, watch them take it apart. Seen the rovers roll up with ribbons. I seen them repo, resold, and re-driven. So when I reload, he holds #1 positions. When you hot, I'm hot. And when your feet cold, mine's a sizzling. It's plain to see. Can't with me, cause I'ma be that for life. This is not an image. This is God-given. This is hard living mixed with crystal sipping. It's the most consistent home. Give you the most hits. You can fit inside a home distance. Home on these charts, y'all visiting. This whole tradition. Jeff Gordon in the rap. I'm back to claim pole position. Holla at you, boy.
Get up, I get. Get up, I get. Get up, I get. Get up, I get down for my grandfather who took my mama, made her sit in that seat where white folks ain't want us to eat. At the tender age of 6, she was arrested for the sit-ins. And with that in my blood, I was born to be different. That can't make it to balance to choose leadership, but we can make it to Jacobs or to the dealership. That's why I hear new music and I just don't be feeling it. Racism still alive, they just be concealing it. But I know they don't want me in a damn club. They even make me show ID to get inside a Sam's Club. I done did dirt and went to church to get my hands scrubbed. Swear I've been baptized these 3 or 4 times. But in the land when praise you cons and getting paid, it's gonna take a lot more than coupons to get us saved. Like it take a lot more than do-rags
takes to get your way. Nothing sad as that day my girl father passed away, so I promised to Mr. Rainey I'm gonna marry your daughter. And you know I gotta thank you for the way that she was brought up. And I know that you were smiling when you seen the car bought her. And you sent tears from heaven when you seen my car get balled up. But I can't complain what the accident did to my left eye, cause look what an accident did to left eye. First Aaliyah, now Romeo must die. I know I got angels watching me from the other side. One thing I found, get up, I get, 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 get up, I get down.
We all here for a reason on a particular path. You don't need a curriculum to know that you are part of the math. Cats think I'm delirious, but I'm so damn serious. That's why I expose my soul to the globe, the world. I'm trying to make it better for these little boys and girls. I'm not just another individual. My spirit is a part of this. That's why I get spiritual. But I get my hymns from him. So it's not me, it's he that's lyrical. I'm not a miracle. I'm a heaven-sent instrument. My rhythmic regiment navigates melodic notes for your soul and your mental. That's why I'm instrumental. Vibrations is what I'm into. Yeah, I need my Luba Rende, but that ain't what gives me the heart of Kunta Kinte. I'm trying to give us free like Sinke. I can't stop, that's why I'm hot. Determination, dedication, motivation. I'm talking to you and my many inspirations. When I say that I can't let you yourself down. If I were on the highest cliff, on the highest rip, and you slipped off the side and clinched onto your life in my grip, I would never, ever let you down. And when these words are found, let it be known that God's penmanship has been signed with a language called love. That's why my breath is felt by the deaf, and why my words are heard and confined to the ears of the blind. I too dream in color and in rhyme, so I guess I'm one of a kind in a full house. Cause whenever I open my heart, my soul, or my mouth, a touch of God rains out. Take them to church. I get up, I get, get up, I get, get up, I get, get up, I get, get up, I get down.
No, and hot this long. Started from nothing, but he got this strong. Threw the rock from a pebble. Pedal rock before I met you. Pedal bikes got my nephews. Pedal bikes because they special. Let you tell it, man, I'm falling well. Somebody must have caught him, cause every fourth quarter I like the Mike Jordan them. #1 albums, what I got like for them. More of them on the way, the 8th wonder on the way. Clear the way, I'm here to stay. Y'all can say the chitter chat, this and that, this and Jay. This and Jay will get you maced. When I start spitting them lyrics, get very religious. 6 Hail Marys, please, Father, forgive us. Young, the Archbishop, the Pope John Paul, and y'all, the way y'all all follow Jigga. Hope's a living legend, and I tell you why. Everybody wanna be Hope, and Hope's still alive.
We have a highly complex music selection process. We ask our listeners what their favorite songs are, and then we play them.
92.7
KU Radio.
Raise a cup up for all my day ones. 2 million new fingers for the haters. Life's only getting greater. Straight up from nothing we go. Higher than the highest skyscraper. No little league we major. The proof is in the paper. We put the good in the good in the good life. We put the good in the good in the good life. We put the bad in the past, now we alright.
Hey Lonnie, I got you. Yeah, and it's a feeling that I can't explain. How you make it and your team still stay the same. Stay down from the jump and they never change. Man, it's a moment I could never trade. Yeah, I told my moms not to stress no more. Go hit the Bentley store and no credit card debts no more. I bought the crib and it's an escrow now, so you don't never have to worry about how you gon' pay rent no more. I put my team in position, now they making a killing. Stacking blue faces straight to the ceiling. Out in Vegas, I'm with them, ordering bottles of the Ace when they send them. Till it ain't enough space up on the table to fit them. Go ahead and
raise a cup up for all my day ones. 2 million new fingers for the haters. Life's only getting greater. Straight up from nothing we go. Higher than the highest skyscraper. No little league we major. The proof is in the paper.
Draco in a glass, have a toast to success. No looking back from here, no more being broke and distressed. I put my heart into this game like I open my chest. We only pray for more M's while you hope for the best. We make these plays, man, I'm finessing these checks. Time's up for everybody, I'm collecting on debts. And I swear this champagne just tastes better on jets. I'm just out here being great, man, this is real as it gets. I put my team in position, now they making a killing. Stacking blue faces straight to the ceiling. Out in Vegas, I'm with them, ordering bottles of the Ace when they send them. Till it ain't enough space up on the table to fit them. Go ahead and
raise a cup up for all my day ones. 2 middle fingers for the haters. Life's only getting greater. Straight up from nothing we go up. Higher than the highest skyscraper. No little league we measure. The proof is in the paper.
You know,
we put the good in the good in the good life.
The good life. I said the good life.
Bad in the past, now we alright.
We alright.
Damn right, from the bottom we rise so high. Now we cutting skylights. We building an empire. We owe it up to each other. Just look at us right now. Destined, we so good right now. Legend, here's to you and I. Raise them to the sky.
Good life.
92.7 FM. Keep you bouncing through your midday. Bouncing through your midday.
Turn it up.
Bounce with me.
Afternoons on the one. It's just the one.
You've been gone for so long, I'm running out of time. I need a doctor, call me a doctor. I need a doctor to bring me back to life.
I told the world one day I would take back. Say it don't take the leg, record it so that one day I can play it back. But I don't even know if I believe it when I'm saying that. I'm starting to creep in every day, it's just so gray and black. Oh, I just need a ray of that, cause no one sees my vision when I play it for them. They didn't say it's whack, but they don't know what dope is. And I don't know if I was awake or asleep when I wrote this. All I know is you came to me when I was at my
still remember it like it was just yesterday, though. You walked in, yellow jumpsuit, cold room, crack jokes. Once you got inside the booth, told you, like smoke. When you friends, some of them I put on, but they just left. They said they was riding to the death, but with it, call they now that I need them. I don't see none of them, all I see is Slim. All you fair weather friends, all I need is him. Backstabbers when the chips were down, you just laughed at.
Dr. Dre literally needed a doctor, an actual doctor yesterday. I need a doctor. Dr. Dre, Eminem, and Skylar Grey. Our hearts and our prayers, my heart and my prayers go out to Dr. Dre. He suffered a brain aneurysm sometime yesterday and had to be taken to the hospital. It can be life-threatening. What it is a vessel in the brain that balloons. It swells, and then it can cause life-threatening bleeding. So Dr. Dre is currently in the hospital. He did say, or his team did say, that he's responding and he's getting better, but we pray that he gets out of this. He's not as young as we know or we remember, but our prayer is just with him. We hope that he comes out of this the same Dr. Dre that we know. So I need a doctor. Dr. Dre, Eminem, and Skylar Grey. Before that, The Good Life, G-Eazy and Kehlani, and Never Let Me Down, Kanye West, Jay-Z, and J.I.V. By the way, I love J.I.V. He's a poet. He's a spoken words living legend. I love him. Absolutely love him. All right, guys, it's time to place a request for whatever it is you want to listen to. You can call me up and tell me 07062639275, 090394427, and 0812-178-9154. By the way, my name is still Omaya, and I'm here. All right, just looking at the news and finding out that Democrat Warnock has won the seat in Georgia Senate election. All over the world, and especially in America, it will make a lot of people feel good and maybe even balance things out for them in the Senate. Let's look at the other one and see who wins that. Democrats win both seats. It's a win-win. They control the Senate for the next 2 years of Joe Biden's presidency. But that's about American elections. Let's move on to the request. 07062-639-275, 09039-394427, and 0812-178-9154. Let us know, or let me know what I can play for you this afternoon to just kind of ease your afternoon. All right? Hello?
Yeah.
Hey, Doris, how you doing?
I'm fine. Happy New Year. Good afternoon.
Oh, yeah, we haven't. Happy New Year's. Hope you're doing good and the first days of the new year has been good to you.
Hello?
I said, hope you're doing good and the first days of the new year has been good to you.
I'm good.
All right, then. What can I play for you?
Okay, play me Harry song.
What song from Harry song?
Johnny.
I thought you said Saman Kwe.
You like Saman Kwe?
Who doesn't like Saman Kwe?
Yeah, play me Saman Kwe then.
Don't worry, I'll do Johnny for you. I'll play Saman Kwe for myself.
All
right, then. Hello? 07062-639-275, 09039-4427, and 0812-178-9154. I don't see a time where I would never not like Harry's song Saman Kwe. That song is epic. Hello?
Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. This is Barcelona.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing, bro? Yeah. No. Okay. But you can just tell me now. You're already on the line.
Okay, I don't know. Just in the now, Better Lies.
Better Lies. Okay, gotcha. Hello.
Oh yeah.
Hey, this sounds like a go-go. How you doing?
Good afternoon. How you doing?
I'm good. Who else calls me that? Someone else calls me that. I can't remember. Who calls me Moye? Shoot. I can't remember. I do. I really, I don't know how I feel about nicknames, but
really,
it's you. You can get away with anything, I guess.
All right.
Some things don't take it overboard. What can I play for you?
Any good one from Sade Ado?
Anything from Sade?
Yeah,
all right, got you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, what's your name?
Kelly Olumeke.
Hey, man like Kelly, Happy New Year's to you.
You.
All right. What do I play for you?
Okay. Okay, do.
What's that?
Lady Gaga.
Do.
Yeah. Do by Larry Gaga.
Do by Larry Gaga.
Yes.
What if I can lay my hands on that one this afternoon, Do?
Okay. Killing Them. Okay. Rampa.
Killing Them by Bonner and Slatin. Okay.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi, you go to let me hear.
They will let you hear.
Hi,
Jennifer, how you doing? Good afternoon. Oh, what's all that rancor?
Happy New Year.
Same to you.
Happy New Year.
Okay. They should let you hear, Jennifer, please. That whatever is happening in the background is it's not making for a very smooth conversation. Hello. Hi. Good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from? Oh, Evelyn, can you speak up a little louder? You okay? Happy New Year to you.
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right. Okay, so what can I play for you?
Let me pick up. Yeah, just ready.
Pick up. All right, this is the year. He's going to pick up. Don't worry. Okay? Hello?
Oh, my baby.
Hey, what's your name and where are you calling from? I'm good.
Yeah, brighter.
Oh, my G. All right, what do I play for you?
Play with me Round Town, Kenny Issue.
Oh, Runtown. That one. Let me see. Oh, not yet. Just not yet. What else can I play for you?
Okay, play me Rema Why.
Rema's Why. Okay, got you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, I think I have a few minutes for a few more calls before I go. 07062 639 09039 394427 and 0812 178 9154. I don't know, but I'm super excited personally for Rema this year. I feel like Rema is going to come out just giving us hits that slaps back to back. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Okay, it's me, Peter. I called back from Ogowo.
All right, go ahead and place a request.
Okay, please play me Which Way Nigeria by Tommy Okuchi.
All right, boy, if I can't lay my hands on that, what else can I play for you? What if I can? Okay, no, seriously, no, man. I'll try to see what I can do about Which Way Nigeria, but 07062 639 09039 394427. Hello.
Hi, good afternoon.
Oh, you called back. Oh, that's a lot quieter. What can I play for you?
Anything from Davido, Jennifer.
I know it's you. I mean, you called with all the noise in the background. What was happening? Are you sharing meat?
Benedict and cool.
Oh, and I really am cool. All right, any song from Davido, yeah? Old or new?
Yeah.
Old or new?
Oh, new. From his new album.
Okay, from his Better Time album. Okay. All right. All right then. On my final phone call before I go. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hey, Musa, how you doing?
I'm fine.
All right, what can I play for you? Tell me quickly.
Play me Don't Cry by Lillet.
One song?
Don't Cry by Lillet.
Don't Cry by who?
Lillet.
Hold on.
Okay.
Lil Wayne's Don't Cry.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
You have it?
Yes, I can do that for you. All right, guys, I guess to go. Thank you so much for doing this with me. I'll be back tomorrow, and tomorrow we'll talk about everything that's trending on social media. And still, it's a new year, so I think I'll find out what's trending on Instagram and bring that to you tomorrow. Back to the music. This is Johnny with Harry Song. And like I always say, until tomorrow, I want you to keep your head up. I want you to keep your chin up. And whatever you do, I want you to be safe. And one last thing I want to add is sometimes do not listen to reply. Listen to understand. This is Johnny, Harry Song.
Yeah, I'm on a journey. I have somewhere to go. Must be running. How long I'll travel, I don't know. Don't lose get home. Through the wire, through the rain and the snow, through the fire, I will never say no. Over yonder, over the river is home. I'll keep on, I won't stop till I get home. Hey, I'm on a journey of discovery. It's a lonely road, but I made up to win. My destiny is where you'll find me. Hey, I'll give all, I mean all, to be my dream. Hey, ooh, hey, yeah. Against the current, I will take every stroke. I'm decided. Against all odds, I will go. It's too late to quit now. Burn my bridges behind. I'll keep it on. I won't stop till I get home. Yeah. One more battle, yeah. One more river to cross. One more puzzle, one more hindrance to cross.